Peyton Williams went from small-town high school star to the only player in Big 12 Conference history to earn all-conference honors in both volleyball and basketball during her time at Kansas State. She's also the first student athlete in women's basketball history in the Big 12 to earn Big 12 Scholar Athlete of the Year 2 times. We'll highlight her versatility and athleticism in this episode of Film Room. Peyton Williams is a smart and versatile two-sport athlete. She's a double major in anthropology and international studies. And as pro scouts evaluate her, whether in the WNBA or overseas, they're going to realize she didn't spend 100% of her time on basketball as a two-sport athlete. Her best years are definitely ahead. In this film room, we'll highlight the 6'4" power forward and her passing ability, timing on rebounding, and her face-up game and scoring ability. So we're going to start with a quick example of her ability to work inside and outside. She's number 11 in white as Kansas State is hosting their rival Kansas, and she cuts to the block to start the play. Now, guard Jason Beard is going to circle around Williams and run some interference on Williams' defender, and then Peyton Williams will immediately pop out to the wing. And this is an important skill for her at the next level to be able to extend out beyond the three and be a threat. And this past year, she worked in tandem with Big 12 Freshman of the Year, 6'5", Aoka Lee, number 50 in the lane. And honestly, Peyton Williams probably helped her earn that honor because of her terrific passing ability. As Lee makes that diagonal cut to the block, Williams throws a sharp pass to set up the score. So here's another great example of her passing ability and really her instincts for the game as they're hosting Texas Tech in this game. The ball is out top. Williams and Lee are on the blocks. Please note that Williams is on the opposite side. She actually moves her defender up the lane to create some room. And as Ebert, number 24, drives into the paint, Williams not only sees that her defender is going to help stop the ball, and she starts to release to the rim, but she also knows that either she's going to be open for the shot or Lee's defense is going to slide over and Lee will be open. So she's anticipating that. So she catches and sees the defense flying, so she moves the ball to her right hand and she makes a very quick no-look touch pass to Lee to set up the shot. So from this angle, see how Williams gives the freshman point guard a target hand? She's saying, this is where I want you to throw it. She's helping her young guard. And as she anticipates the defense, she quickly delivers to Lee before the backside defense can rotate. I mean, this really looks like a volleyball play in a way where she is setting up the score. As we look at the next angle, if you go in full speed, you can really appreciate how she anticipates the situation, how quickly she delivers the pass. Lee almost seems surprised how fast the ball gets there just because of Peyton Williams' instincts and how quickly she delivers the ball. This time they're playing TCU, who's in their pink uniforms in this game, and Williams recognizes that there's a gap in the defense. She's open. Whether TCU is in a sagging man or a matchup zone, Williams is open, and she alerts her teammates to get her the ball. And because she has that ability to stretch the defense, she can pull her defender out away from the paint. And what that ends up doing is it opens up the lane for Aoka Lee to cut, and then Williams is just able to rifle her the pass inside. So from this angle, you can see Peyton Williams wants the ball. and she wants to get it to Lee. K-State has a size advantage in this game against TCU, and Williams wants to deliver the ball. And watch how she'll throw it up high so that Lee can just take it right up into her shot. And if you look from the opposite end, you really see how she turns her head immediately as she catches. It's so important to be decisive and take advantage of defensive mistakes. Peyton Williams, as a 6'4" forward, averaged over 3 assists per game. She's very unselfish and has great instincts for the game. And back to the game against the Jayhawks, we're going to show you her instincts for rebounding and the fact it's not just her post player that she sets up with her good passing. So I want you to watch. She's on the opposite side, outside the three-point arc, away from the basketball. And as the shot goes up, she tracks down the basketball. And watch, there are 4 KU defenders around the ball, and Williams ends up coming away with the basketball. And she protects it, she dribbles out, she sees there's a three-point shooter, delivers the pass for the shot. It's really interesting to watch Peyton Williams' rebounding instincts, her timing, her nose for the ball. She's going to leave K-State as the 3rd all-time leader in career rebounds, only behind Kendra Wecker and Nicole Oldie. And if you know anything about K-State history, those are 2 of the best who have ever played. And she's 3rd behind them in rebounding. And she's the only Wildcat to have consecutive seasons with over 400 points and 300 rebounds, which is really impressive. So on this play, where K-State is defending Texas Tech, you're going to see Williams is actually defending Adams, number 15, out on the wing. And her feet are outside the three-point line when the shot goes up. Now, I would like to see her block out, but her offensive player is actually moving down the court. So she just turns, tracks the ball, and uses her explosiveness to go up and get it. Another play against Texas Tech. Kansas State's just finished an offensive play. Texas Tech is getting the rebound. See how Peyton Williams is down on the block. And as Texas Tech starts to advance it up the court, she hustles back into position. And there's actually some confusion for the K-State defense. They have 4 defenders on one side, but Williams ends up obstructing the three-point shot attempt by Carr. And then she goes into the lane with great timing and athletic ability and just grabs the ball out of the air. Such instincts for the basketball. There's another example of how active she is. Here she is again as Texas Tech is getting the rebound to start their break, and that's what they're known for, is getting up the floor quickly. Peyton Williams is under the basket, and she is going to turn and sprint down the court because she has to match up with All-American Brittany Brewer in the paint. So she gets down into position, and then here she's aware where the ball is. She moves quickly into help position to stop the drive, and then she recovers back to Brewer, knowing how important it is to defend her. I'd still like her to see her go block out in this situation, but she has inside position, she has good instincts, and she just goes up and gets the rebound. This time on offense against Texas Tech, you see Williams is on the block, and she is going to rotate out, stretch the defense, and be ready for that mid-range jumper that she has been deadly from in her career. And she has great instincts for the basketball as we roll it forward, because when she shoots, she knows that it's off. So watch what she does. Freeze it right there. She's going to move away from the baseline to gain an angle. She tracks the ball with her eyes, and then she goes and hunts the ball down and powers to the basket. And as you look at another angle, now number 35 for Texas Tech, that's Alexis Tucker, freshman. She doesn't block out, but great players take advantage of defensive mistakes, and that's exactly what Williams does here. So we've focused a lot on passing and rebounding, even a little defense, but let's turn to Peyton Williams' ability to score. Here's a remarkable fact that really shows her versatility. She's the only player in Kansas State history and only the third in Big 12 conference history to surpass this variety of numbers. Just soak in these numbers. Over 1,500 points, over 950 rebounds, over 200 assists, 150 steals, and over 100 block shots. The only player in Kansas State history with all their great players that has been over all of those numbers. It just screams her versatility and her ability to impact the game. So let's take a look at this play. It's a great example of another thing that great players do as we roll through this first part of the play. The play gets bogged down on the triangle side, on the ball side. There's not much movement. So Peyton ends up directing traffic and says, pass the ball up top. She is being a leader even from her power forward position. And as the ball is reversed, she'll catch it in that pinch post position. Now she has the option here to hand it off to Beard or spinning to shoot. And she elects to spin, dribbles into her pull-up jumper, which is really tough to defend. So we've told you her numbers and how Peyton Williams contributes all over the court. Keep in mind, she's 6'3", 6'4", and doing all these things. So on this play, she grabs another long rebound as the ball comes off on the Kansas miss. And she dribbles up the court, pushes ahead. There's nothing there, so she gets it to a guard. Now, K-State is going to open up the floor here. They bring Aoka Lee to the high post as a decoy, and Williams cuts through the lane, taking advantage of the hard denial defense by KU. Watch, she gives a target hand out at the wing and then makes a hard cut to the basket, backdoor cut. And as she catches, the offside defender slides over, but she's able to plant, gather, and score on the opposite side. It's a little unorthodox, but she shows her balance and her body control to finish the shot. Another play against Kansas that showcases her versatility. This time, Williams is posting up. And I want you to watch what she does when the ball is passed to her. She recognizes in the air that the wing defender is coming down to double, and she makes a quick one-handed touch pass before she hits the floor. I mean, there's some of her volleyball skills right there. Just that body awareness, that ball awareness. And gets it out quickly. Now, I think Beard should have shot the ball when she gets it out here, but look at Williams just buries her defender. She reposts up, and then she goes strong over her left shoulder for a little stab hook. So we're going to finish with something that we've done on a few of these film room sessions. We're going to show you the same play, but different options because of the versatility of the player. You can go back and watch some of our other film rooms and see what I'm talking about. So this is the same play against 3 different teams, 3 different reads for Peyton Williams. First, we're going to watch against Baylor. So Williams is going to start on the right elbow as you face the basket. She will step out and set a ball screen as the point guard drives to the right wing. Then Williams is going to fake a screen for Lee, and then she immediately pops out to the top of the key. Now, Queen Egbo is on her. She sinks into the paint to help with Lee. She doesn't need to because Lauren Cox is defending Lee. So when Williams catches, Egbo has to fly out to recover. Williams squares up, gives a little shot fake, and dribbles into the pull-up jumper. So as we look at another angle, the read for Williams here is the fact that her defender is flying out at her. And she knows that Egbo sometimes struggles with defending away from the basket. So she sees that she's flying out at her. She can give a little fake to get her off balance and dribble to the right for her jumper. And as you look from the opposite end, you can see how just the slightest fake can set up this drive. Okay, so now against Oklahoma, they've got a 15-point lead with 3 minutes to go in the game, and they've got time to set up the play. They're going to go to the same play we just saw against Baylor, but Oklahoma is going to play it a little bit differently defensively. Oklahoma is going to switch on the on-ball screen. So that means a guard, number 0, Jessie Mercer, is now going to be on Peyton Williams. So she recognizes that now she has a guard on her. So she's going to go fake that screen to Lee and then pop out to the top. Now, again, she knows that she's going to be defended by a guard, so it may not be as easy to dribble past her. She also can see over the top, sees the ball's being reversed. Aoka Lee has her defender pinned on the outside, so that's going to set up a high-low pass from Williams. The read for Williams this time is, I'm being defended by a guard, so I can pass it over the top, and Lee has her defender pinned, and you're going to see that Peyton Williams makes a terrific pass over the top to set up Aoka Lee. So the read again on this play for Williams, she's defended by a guard, so she recognizes, she has good vision. Lee has her defender pinned, so Williams can make that perfect pass high-low to set up Lee. And I can tell you, Aoka Lee is going to miss having Peyton Williams passing it to her next year. So finally, same play against Oklahoma State this time. It's a different read. It's a different option for Peyton Williams. She's going to move over to that right elbow. This time she's defended by a 6'1" forward, Abby Winchester. It's not a real effective on-ball screen because the point guard defender slips underneath. But this time, when Williams goes to fake the screen, Lee actually picks her defender, and Winchester gets stuck getting around, so Williams has room to shape up for the three. Williams only made 15 three-pointers her senior year, but this is a part of her game that I believe will improve as she focuses all of her time on basketball. As she breaks out, she gets her feet set quickly, pulls the trigger. She has that ability to stretch the D and hit the three.